a military rocket weapon designed to defend Britain from Nazi invasion. The firing mechanism? A household light switch bought from a village shop. It exploded, scorched one officer brown, and left him deaf for weeks. Welcome to the bunker. I'm Professor Von Blunder, and today we're discussing the Radiator rocket projector, a spectacularly stupid engineering shortcut in British military history. It's 1940. Britain is bracing for a Nazi spring invasion. The Admiralty needs a cheap weapon to mount at river mouths and blast landing craft. Enter Norway, an engineer with a tight deadline and tighter budget. He designs a simple rocket launcher firing 10 2-inch rockets horizontally. No elevation, no training, just point and pray. The inaccuracy is a feature. Trials begin, engineers arrive, unpack, and realize they forgot the firing switch. Solution: buy a cheap tumbler switch from the village shop, the same switch used for hallway lights. Genius. Absolute genius. Let's set the stage. Winter 1940. The threat of a major Nazi invasion has cooled off, but spring is coming and the Admiralty is convinced Hitler will try again. They need a defensive weapon, and they need it fast. The problem: Britain is desperately short of steel. The solution: the Radiator. Think of it like defending your house from burglars by mounting a firework launcher on your porch, except the fireworks are 2-inch rockets and the porch is the entire British coastline. The Radiator is beautifully simple. It fires salvos of 10 2-inch rockets horizontally. It doesn't elevate. It doesn't train. It just sits there at the mouth of a river and unleashes a wall of explosive chaos at anything approaching. The inaccuracy of the rockets? Not a flaw, a tactical advantage. You don't need precision when you're throwing 10 rockets at once into a narrow river mouth. You just need volume. For the trials, a secluded stretch of water west of Alderburgh in Suffolk is chosen. Enter Tolman and Brinsmead, 2 engineers from Norway's department. Tolman has just finished weeks of abstruse gunnery calculations in an office. Brinsmead is a new recruit. They arrive at the trial site, unpack their gear, set up the Radiator, and then they realize they forgot the firing switch. Now, what would you do in this situation? Call headquarters? Delay the test? Request proper military equipment? Not these two. They walk into the nearest village shop and buy an ordinary cheap tumbler switch. In military procurement terms, that means they walked into a shop and bought the same switch your gran uses for her hallway light. No military-grade components, no testing, no safety certification. Just a household light switch destined to control a weapon designed to stop the German war machine. They wire it up. The Radiator is ready. The safety routine is simple. 2 switches, a safety switch and a firing switch. Both have to be activated to fire a salvo. Foolproof, right? Let's find out. The first test firing goes perfectly. Rockets scream across the marshes. No explosions, no malfunctions. Second test, flawless. Third test, also flawless. Tolman and Brinsmead are feeling confident. The cheap village shop switch is holding up beautifully. Brinsmead suggests one more salvo before packing up for the day. Tolman agrees. They're both standing behind the rocket mounting. Brinsmead reaches over and flicks the safety switch. Tolman starts walking toward the firing switch. And that's when the tumbler switch decides it's had enough. Short circuit. Massive explosion. A searing tongue of flame belches from the rear of the mounting, enveloping everything in fire. Brinsmead, standing directly in the path of the blast, is instantly scorched brown from head to foot. His eyebrows? Gone. His eyelashes? Gone. Most of his hair? Gone. He looks like a baked potato. Tolman is hurled flat on his face by several thick millboard discs from the base of the rockets. But the truly absurd injury, a spirit level. The blast sweeps it off a bench and it slams into Tolman. In engineering terms, that means the switch did exactly what a penny store light switch does when you ask it to handle a military rocket launcher. It gave up and exploded. Now, if you were testing a rocket weapon designed to stop the Nazi invasion, would you trust a light switch from the local shop? Because these two did. The aftermath is spectacular. Brinsmead is deaf. Not just hard of hearing, deaf for weeks. In safety terms, that means their foolproof two-switch system just turned Timmy into a baked potato who can't hear warnings. Tolman is bruised and battered. They pack up what's left of the Radiator and return to the Admiralty. Their arrival causes quite a stir. Brinsmead walks in with no eyebrows, no eyelashes, patches of missing hair, and completely unable to hear anyone. First salvo, successful. Second salvo, Timmy is now bald, brown, and deaf. Time for the stupidity meter. Let's rate the Radiator rocket disaster. Money wasted? Moderate. The weapon was cheap, but the trial was a disaster. Enemies killed? 0, unless you count the spirit level's dignity. Collateral damage to Timmy? Maximum. Scorched brown, eyebrows gone, eyelashes gone, most of his hair missing, and deaf for weeks. Overall stupidity score, 8 out of 10. A magnificent display of penny-pinching incompetence. The lesson? When defending your nation from invasion, don't trust a household light switch from the village shop. So here's my question for you. If you had to defend Britain in 1940 with a budget of 10 quid, what stupid weapon would you invent? A rocket launcher fired by a toaster? A naval mine triggered by a doorbell? Let me know in the comments. And someone get Timmy a wig and a hearing aid. He still can't hear me yelling at him.